11 points in 9 games, a goal difference of -3. This is legal. You can meet on the referees, you can blame the manager, but fam, should we blame the manager and referee for the missed chances, the opportunities we created and failed to bury? Welcome to the United Road Sport. It's a bad day again for Manchester United as we are languishing in 14th positions, fam. 14th position, another loss, and I am spoiled for where to start blaming. Listen, Eric Ten Hag tried to bring his best players probably onto in the game. Sadly, some of them disappointed. Marcus Rashford was terrible from the start. Wrong attitude, again playing like he doesn't want. Eventually, Eric Ten Hag pulls him off. Amad Diallo comes in. For me, Amad Diallo, and yes, Joshua Zirkzee with his header were the game changers for Man United. But listen, across the entire game, across the board of the entire game, Manchester United, even before you go into blaming the referees, and guys, the referees will have to be blamed a lot for what happened. But listen, Manchester United missing all those chances. You don't miss all those chances. You create so many chances and you miss them. You don't miss all those chances and you don't throw them. It was the same reason why Real Madrid lost against FC Barcelona. They created so many chances, failed to bury them in the first stanza. Always the unwritten rule of football, you will rule those chances. West Ham United came into the game with the changes Lopetegui made in the second stanza. I predicted it that the shot number 7 who scored their first goal deserved that goal because the moment he came on in the second stanza, he changed the game. Susek changed the game. The second half was a whole different ball game. Do I again? I'm going to get to the referee, but listen. When will these boys put the ball behind the net? You create so many chances. Manchester United has created the most chances this season, 22. That's of course credit to probably Eric Ten Hag because there is a change in some terms of creating chances. This is something we suffered with the last season. But when are we going to have our players bury the chances? I was saying it before the game. We are not clinical enough. Garnacho is so wasteful. I think it is high time Garnacho is called out, put on the bench. Yes, he scores, but after how many chances? He's always wasting chances, chance after chance, chance after chance. Amad Diallo came on, few minutes he was on, trying things, shots on goal, trying hitting the target. He was doing things. Garnacho is so wasteful. Are we going to blame the manager for that miss by Diogo Dalot? You clearly put off the goalkeeper, beat him off hands down, but you just waste the grandfather of what I think that will be the biggest blooper in the Premier League era. What a miss! That was worse than the Yakubu miss. I think it was the AFCON in the World Cup against Japan, if I have not forgotten. I think it was the 2010 World Cup. Yakubu, the miss he had for Nigeria. Man, who does that? We are so wasteful. Listen, we are putting ourselves in a tight position now, in a bad position now. Leave that then on the side. Talk about the refereeing, guys. I've said it continuously before. The referees in the Premier League need big refresher courses. They are the worst referees I've seen in the history of the game, probably. They are the worst referee, and we think the Premier League is the biggest league. It is unbelievable, unimaginable how poor their referees are from VAR, their officials. I mean, listen, look at the statement that they have even released after their crazy decisions. How was that even? How did that even warrant a VAR check? There was nothing to even check in the first place. But for the referee to even hesitate for all that while, but then decide to give the penalty, it doesn't make sense. If it is not obvious, you don't give it. I mean, it was a 50-50 encounter where they both came and ran into each other. Just that it was in the box. You don't give a penalty in such a game. It just changed the morale of the game, killed the mood of the game. But listen to the statement they released. The referee did not award a penalty to West Ham for a challenge by Delete on Ings. The VAR deemed there was sufficient contact on Ings' lower leg and recommended an on-field review. The referee overturned his original decision and awarded a penalty. I don't even know what they're trying to communicate. Help me make sense of that statement. What are they saying? What have they said? Is there an explanation in that? What's the explanation there? Is there a justification for the penalty? It does not make sense for me. And they were quick to release the statement, but it just does not make sense at all for me. But even with the few improvements in the team, because now we are creating chances consistently, we are not killing them off. There is a point in the game where I felt it became boring. We played so well in the first 20 minutes or so. Then it became so boring, like a friendly game. Same things I saw against Fenerbahce. And then in the second half, West Ham was all over us like a body rush. This is for me. That's why I don't even want to dwell a lot on the referee. You see, you've got to bury your chances because the officiation issue is not new. Eric Ten Hag, after the game, has spoken and has said 3 times this season we have felt injustice by the referees. For one wrong red card cost us a game against Tottenham. Then I think I don't remember the other. So you know the referees are poor. I think it's not even just Man United. Same thing with Arsenal. Same thing with Man City. All clubs will tell you. Wolves. All clubs will tell you they are facing the same issues with the referees. So they have their issues. But bury your chances. Bury your chances. Guys cannot put the ball behind the net. They just can't. What then are we supposed to do? So we are again in a situation where we are so confused. Should Eric Ten Hag be sacked? Is it him? But for me, I'll tell you, there are players I look at and I'm thinking Ten Hag might go. Maybe soon we could wake up to a sack of Eric Ten Hag. But players like Marcus Rashford, guys, for me, Rashford has failed to be consistent. He's the epitome of everything Man United is going through. The inconsistency, the lack of desire comes after a couple of fights. Then he has a one decent game, but again he has failed to show up. But let me even not, as a scapegoat him. We have just failed to score goals. That for me is the biggest problem. And you see, the defenders are trying to do their job. Delete for me was one of our better players. Defenders are trying to do their job. The strikers are not scoring goals. What then do we do? That's what I said. Bring the boy. He's 17. Expose them. Put this little Chido Obi on that pitch. That boy will score those goals. He will score goals. And I know people might say I'm just too excited by the kid. The kid is, I mean, the thing is to make a statement. Sometimes you've got to make drastic decisions to send a message to these guys who are failing to score goals. Show them that there are kids out there who can come out there and do the job if you fail to do it. They are paid, they're on heavy contracts to score goals and they don't. Put the kids in there. Doomed if you do, doomed if you're not. I won't even rate the players. It was too I think annoying a game to watch. For me, that's my honest take on this game. I want to rate the players. Should I? Okay, let me. Andrew Nana, poor guy. Again, some good saves, taking heavy shots in his chest and stuff. I would give Onana maybe a 7 out of 10 because he was for me one of our better players. I can't blame him for the penalty that he conceded. I cannot. I cannot. A backline tried to do their job. Mazraoui, I'll give him maybe a 5.5 or thereabout out of 10. Then Martinez, I would give him as well a 5.5. Delete, I would give him a 7 or 6.5 out of 10. On the left, Dalot, wasteful. You don't miss such a sitter, regardless whether a defender. I would give him 3 out of 10. Then yet he started decently well, but that miss just kills it all for me. In the middle, Casemiro and Eriksen was swinging good corners and free kicks. I would give Eriksen like a 5.5 out of 10. Casemiro scored a goal, 6 out of 10. Then in the Bruno created good passes he had. He was quite animated. Better game for Bruno from the games we've seen in recent days. I would give Bruno like a 6 out of 10 as well. Hoyland, 5 out of 10. Then Garnacho, 4.5 out of 10. Rashford, 4 out of 10. That's for me how poor we are. My name is Webb. Like, share, and subscribe. Again, there we are. We are 14th.